The theater season here in Detroit is almost upon us. In today's episode of the BSB podcast, we're joined by ATG Detroit's Amber Rasho to talk about what is shaping up to be a truly spectacular season. Thank you so much for coming on today, Amber, and talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Brian. I'm so excited.
This is truly a season that is going to be all glitz and glam. How would you describe the overall vibes of the 2026-2027 season here at ATG Detroit?
Oh, it's just going to be a fun time. I mean, like you mentioned, kind of our season is kind of designed to that glitz and glamour. So it's just going to be a fun time. Either you're coming to see Gatsby or you're coming to see Death Becomes Her. It's just going to be a really fun time at the theater, and I'm so excited for the season.
I have to say, this season is it is so much spectacle. I think that's the one thing I was kind of taken away as I saw it, as you were kind of announcing the season and you were kind of teasing it. I was like, these are all shows from start to finish that are just huge Broadway shows. Mm-hmm. But which one are you kind of most excited to see come to Detroit?
I am so excited for Oh Mary, honestly. That's one I haven't seen that I've been trying to get a ticket to, but I've only heard funny, ridiculous, crash out things about the show. So I'm very excited for that to come out.
Oh Mary is one of those shows. We got to see it last time we were in New York, and it is hilarious. You are going to cry. Laugh so hard, you're going to cry. It's one of those shows that, like, it's kind of a wild card. When you're kind of looking at some of the seasons, I was like, it's a play. A lot of people don't come to plays, but I think that it has so much stage presence of a show that, like, people are going to be coming to the show and flocking to it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. At one of our conferences, we got kind of a little speech from Cola Scola, and just hearing him talk, like, I already know that whatever he creates is just going to be magic and it's going to be hilarious. So I'm super excited for that.
Absolutely. And that's one of the ones too that I think that's going to have you almost need somebody iconic to play Mary, you know? So I think that's going to be the one that's going to have a name people are going to easily recognize as it comes through Detroit.
Yes, we did hear that that announcement is coming very soon. So that's definitely something I'm going to look out for within this next month or so, but very excited for that.
But you're kind of starting the season with a big show. The
Mm-hmm.
Notebook is coming here in September. Mm-hmm. And I have to say that I think this is one of those shows that I hear so many people talking about it. It's all over social media. This is one of those ones that people really recognize the name. They recognize the brand. There's a lot of appeal to that. Why do you think that it's appealing to so many people?
I mean, the movie is so iconic. I mean, you know, so many iconic lines, iconic scenes. And what better way to launch a season with making everybody cry and making their hearts warm with such a beautiful and well-known love story. So I'm excited for that to launch our season here in September.
Yeah, because that was a big show on Broadway. I mean, it brought people to tears. They were walking out of the theater just absolutely crying and devastated, in like a good way. But like, it's awesome to have something as big as that to kind of kick off the season here.
Yeah, just tug on your heartstrings a little bit. I know I've seen like branded The Notebook tissue boxes that they've sent us and stuff. So definitely fun. We had an event earlier this year with we did a scavenger hunt. In our scavenger hunt, we let people write letters to the Fisher or love letters to the Fisher. So that's kind of a fun thing I want to include when people come to the show as well. Just write a little love letter to the Fisher, your favorite memories.
I love that you always are doing so much to bring people in. It's not just coming to see a show. It's like a whole experience here at the Fisher Theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want to make a time memorable. I know you're coming for the shows, but I think it's really the little small details, like getting a photo in front of the Step and Repeat or getting a special themed cocktail or something. I think those little moments kind of just add to the memory that we're already creating.
Oh, absolutely. I want to say that I feel like it's been really pushing towards that over the past couple of years. I remember when I first started coming here, there wasn't always like a themed drink, I felt like, or something special like that. And now it truly feels like you're walking in and you can spend just as much time in the lobby as you are actually going to your seats and getting ready for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have such a beautiful lobby. So we really encourage people to come early or even take advantages of one of our lounges before the show just to kind of make more memories while you're here.
For sure. Absolutely. So speaking of those memories, have you seen The Notebook?
I have not, but I'm very excited for it. I've seen the movie, of course.
Sure.
And I know, but I have not seen the show yet. And I'm a sucker for a rain scene after seeing The Outsiders. So I'm very excited for that.
That's such an iconic scene in The Outsiders. So I can only imagine how it's going to be in The Notebook. Exactly. I am anticipating I am a big crier. I'm a big baby when it comes to shows like this. So I am fully anticipating being an absolute wreck when I'm leaving the Fisher Theater when that one's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it leads into maybe happy ending, which is, again, another love story. There's a lot of love stories this season, which is not a bad thing. I think that really does appeal to a lot of people. But this one's a little different. This one, doesn't have the brand recognition necessarily. It does have kind of the word of mouth or like the accolades that it holds because it has won a lot of Tony Awards. So how do you think this one kind of maybe stands out when a lot of them do have that brand recognition that's coming with them this season?
Well, it did win the Tony Award for Best Musical last year, I believe. So that does kind of help give it the recognition. Most people kind of recognize like Darren Criss originated the role and Helen Shen. So we definitely wanna push that this is a love story. It's different. It's shorter too. It's a one-act show, so no intermission, so quick in and out. So it's definitely different from the kind of normal things that people see and recognize. So we do wanna let people know that it's a love story between two robots who kind of find each other and find love, and it's cutesy, and I'm very excited for it to come here.
We got to see this one in January as well. And this is one of the ones in NYC that we were blown away by the technical aspects of this, like the lighting and the stage design. And those are some of the coolest things I think that really stand out as people are going into the show. Like if you're not going just for the romance and the storyline that's there, you're going to be amazed by how they're pulling off some of the cool light designs, and how they're moving the stage and how they're staging what it's like to be in kind of like a futuristic society.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it all.
And with that one as well, I do love too that it's kind of an allegory for being different or maybe like being on the spectrum or like being, there's these things of like, Darren Criss's character is very much robotic because he's a robot. And so like when you're kind of going to there too, as a psychologist, I was watching this, I was like, oh, there's a lot to kind of dig in here with these characters. So to see them kind of play on stage, it's going to be cool in Detroit because I will say this. I saw it, we're seeing it in New York. Those seats are very small for anyone that's tall. And a one-act play can be very long, but much like Hadestown, when I went and saw Hadestown here, the Fisher has perfect seats. They have, they're the perfect amount of leg room and stuff like that. I think this is the ideal space to kind of enjoy a show, like maybe Happy Ending, where it is that an hour and 50-minute show without getting up and moving because you don't have to feel so crowded and secluded. And so I think this is a perfect home for that, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Just come, relax, enjoy, grab a drink, and I'm very excited for it.
Now, The Great Gatsby, have you seen The Great Gatsby? Have you read The Great Gatsby? Are you familiar with The Great Gatsby?
All of it. I've read it. I've seen the movie. I've seen the show. Everything.
So how would you feel like it kind of compares to the book when you're kind of bringing it to stage? Do you love the glitz and the glam of it? Because I feel like that's what the season's kind of based on, is that glitz and glam of the Roaring '20s.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the main focal point of The Great Gatsby is the glitz and glamour of the show. I mean, the costumes are beautiful. The set is stunning. You really feel like you're in that kind of roaring '20s feel with the big mansion and the car is so cool. I mean, the way they portray that Rolls Royce and have it drive and everything. So I'm very excited for it. I think people are going to enjoy it. It's definitely going to draw in a lot of people. It's going to draw in a lot of schools that are reading the books. So, and we have it during Thanksgiving, which I think is a fun time for people to kind of get out while they're here for the holidays.
Yeah, that's the school thing is very, I think you're right. It's going to have a lot of schools. I remember growing up and reading this. I read it again in college. It has a lot of, theatrical things that you can kind of pick up on, or thematic things, I should say. And so being able to kind of play that and have that, it's going to draw in families, it's going to draw in schools. But it is one of the most gorgeous shows we've probably, I mean, not to say that they're not all gorgeous, but like it is so beautiful how the set design and everything came together for The Great Gatsby. I'm so excited for people to see that one.
Yeah, it's definitely gorgeous. It's a big spectacle. So I'm looking forward to it.
And what better way to celebrate the holiday season than with a show with family, which kind of takes us to the Boop the musical as well, which I think is, again, another incredible show. I have not seen this one. The two shows I've not seen this season. I have not seen The Notebook. I have not seen Boop the musical, but this one had a really great, I would say, social media campaign to kind of bring this one when it was on Broadway. Well, first off, have you got to see this one yet?
So I didn't see the actual show, but when we were there for a conference, they actually gave us like 3 to 4 performances of the show. So I saw a good amount and it's super cute. I'm really excited. They kind of have this little black and white theme going where they switch from black to white or black and white to color. And it's super cute. It's super creative. And I'm very excited to see that translate on tour.
Do you feel like it captures kind of what makes Betty Boop special?
Yeah, I mean, she was such an iconic role, and portraying her in that black and white and kind of throwing her into the real world and in a world of color and something so different and allowing to explore herself and her character. It's kind of what the story is leaning towards. And it's super cute. It's fun for all ages. We don't really have a show this season that's designated for kids, but this is definitely one for the younger kids, the parents, the grandparents, something that everyone can enjoy and kind of knows about Betty Boop in a sense.
It kind of makes sense too that you have it paired with The Great Gatsby. It lined up perfectly that holiday season, the families, the youngish kids, younger families. It makes sense to kind of have those two paired together when it's coming through Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But I think that also, correct me if I'm wrong, but Boop also really kind of harkens back to like an old school Broadway feel too, with, like you said, that black and white feel, the way that it's kind of like show stopping dancey. Again, capturing the glitz and the glam, the glitter, what makes kind of Hollywood Broadway special. Would you say that kind of has that old school feel?
Yeah, I think it definitely plays into like the animated version of Betty and kind of the way she talks, the way she moves, and everything. And I think it's always so creative when you kind of translate an animated movie or role into the stage and kind of see how those actors adapt that. So it's really fun.
Absolutely. And I think, again, a great way to end 2026. Like
Mhm.
when you're this, I always think of kind of like the benchmark show of like, how do you end a season? And last year we had Shucked, and that was the perfect way to kind of like celebrate family and to kind of get together with people. And so this one, it kind of too, it just feels like very joyful. I feel like it kind of has that little bit of, I don't know, it's hitting something. It's not nostalgia, but there's like a good, joyful feeling about having Betty Boop kind of be the closing of 2026.
Yeah, she's so happy and cutesy, and we're excited to have her in Detroit.
And then Operation Mincemeat. I mean, this is the second to last main show of the
Mhm.
season. Um, and I do have to say that this show caught us by surprise when we went to NYC because we weren't expecting to laugh as much as we were going to laugh in the show.
Mhm.
This show is probably I think it's going to be like the dark horse of Detroit for a lot of people. They're going to go in and not expecting it to be so funny and walk away and just talking about this one more so than maybe any other show that's coming through Detroit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's best to go in completely blind. I mean, I kind of like read the bio, but going in not knowing anything about the operation or about how it went down is best. But the way they put it together, the script is so quick, it's so witty, it's so clever and fun. And yeah, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but the way that those five actors play, I believe, 83 characters throughout the
Yes.
entire show is absolutely insane. I mean, it's a marathon the entire way through, but it's such a fun ride to be on.
It's kind of reminds you of like the old slapstick, like what is it,
Mhm.
like the Three Stooges almost, the way that they're kind of running around stage, but it's
Mhm.
done so well.
Mhm. Yeah,
And it
absolutely. Mhm.
and I would say that this is one that I think too that the like if you listen to the music beforehand, like it's fine, but like truly, I think you're right. Going into it blind and just absorbing everything about the show is
Mhm.
the best way to do it because so much story is told through the music that you might listen to the music and not be as wowed as you would as you go in and you just see Operation Mincemeat come to life on stage because that's where the magic really happens.
Yeah, seeing them on stage and doing all that is definitely different from listening. I mean, your emotions are going up and down throughout the whole show. Like one minute you're crying, one minute you're sad, one minute you're like, "Wait, is can I trust this person?" And you kind of go through that the entire show until the very end.
I remember, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but there's one scene where I was laughing, and the next thing RJ looked over and I was sobbing, and I was just like, I just could not stop crying. And then you just right back into the funny. And so it has a lot of heart, it has a lot of like action and adventure, it has a lot of comedy. This was when I was actually telling my nephew, who's about 17, he's kind of sort of getting into Broadway a little bit very casually. And I said, if there's one show you're going to go with me this year, I think they should be Operation Mincemeat. But I like go in blind, enjoy it. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by what this is like. And I think a lot of people are going to be that way.
Yeah, especially since there's not much brand recognition of the show. I feel like once people see it, they're actually going to be very shocked on how impressed they're going to be with the show.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And then, of course, my favorite is closing out the season. And I know you didn't make the decision, Amber, but I'm going to thank you anyways. Death Becomes Her is by far one of my favorite Broadway shows to ever exist.
Nice.
And I have been patiently waiting, even though it's not been that long, for it to come to Detroit because when I saw it in New York, I had told my sister and my mom that when it comes, we're going to go see it because I grew up on watching this movie. My sister introduced me to it. There's a little bit of that brand recognition, but it's not so much that like you're going to have too much of a mental image of what it is.
Mhm.
And it is such a cool show. What do you think? Like, what do you think it is about this show that maybe speaks to you, or is going to speak to people as they come to the Fisher Theater? Or no, this is at Detroit Opera House. Sorry,
This one is at the Detroit Opera House. Yeah, big stage, big staircase. It can't fit at the Fisher, unfortunately. But
huge staircase.
yeah, but I think similar to Mincemeat, like it's clever. It's fun. It's a really funny show. I mean, the way they portray the characters and everything. I haven't seen the stage show yet, so you hyping it up got me really excited. And I actually just recently saw the movie for the first time. But I mean, I've seen like little TikTok clips and everyone doing the little TikTok trends. So I think that when it was kind of hyped up like that is definitely gonna like recognize in a sense. But I'm very excited to see how they put it all together on the tour.
I do have to ask you, just because I'm a nerd that way, did you like the movie? Because a lot of people that have loved the show didn't love the movie. And so I think that's interesting that like you can love the movie and love the show, but you don't have to love the show, love the movie to love the show.
I liked the movie a lot. I mean, it's fun, it's heartfelt, like it's not, you don't have to think too much about it, but also just have a good fun time with the characters.
It is such a fun show. I
Mhm.
remember I would compare it to almost like what people would call like a popcorn movie, where like you don't have to go in and like analyze everything,
Yeah.
but there's something on stage for you to take in and see from the moment you go in, like the spectacleness of it,
Hmm.
the songs, the acting. It is truly going to be, I think it's going to be something special. And especially, like you said, the staircase that's too big for the Fisher. There's a reason it needs to be that big, and it's so cool.
Yeah. And definitely playing into the glitz and glamour of our season. I mean, the girls are fabulous. So,
Yeah, and they announced the cast too, and it's a stacked cast. Like
hmm.
again, like these are some big names touring on the show, to bring Death Becomes Her to life. And so I cannot praise this show enough, and I'm so excited to see it. When you see me that night, Amber, I'm gonna probably be so giddy because this is just an incredible show. This is a show that I'm also going to turn out multiple times to see, and I think that's quite a few of the shows this season that you mentioned
Yeah.
are going to be shows that people are going to come back for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to look out for you on press night. So we're going to have fun.
But you already mentioned O'Mary as a bonus show, but there's even more bonus shows. You have incredibly stacked cast. But again, you're starting this season with the bonus shows with a nostalgic show for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dancing the musical, which was one, I will be honest, I was not expecting to ever come to tour. I didn't know it was even a thing until you guys announced it, which was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is a show that my mom, as soon as she saw it advertised on television, I think it was, she was like, "Oh, Dirty Dancing's coming. We have to go see that one."
Mm-hmm.
What is it like to kind of have that, this one that people grew up on come to the stage now in a new way?
Yeah, it's always fun when the movies come. I mean, people recognize the title so much. People grew up with the movie, grew up with the music. So we're very excited. We did have like a movie shadow cast version a couple of times come through, and everyone was like, "When are we getting the stage version?" So it's finally nice to kind of feed the fans and give them what they want. I mean, we've had Mamma Mia 3 times since I've been here and sold it out almost
Yes.
every time. So people really love those feel good time kind of movie to stage adaptations.
I was going to say, this is one of those I would consider almost like a crowd pleaser. Like, this is like, doesn't just bring in theater people. Some of the other shows, they maybe aren't going to bring in, like, the casual viewers might not come in necessarily as much as like the people who love theater are going to come and see them. But this is one where like everybody from every walk of life is going to be showing up if they have some kind of connection to Dirty Dancing. You mentioned about me. I also think of like the Tina Turner show that came through, that people they turned out for in such a huge way, and there's such like a different feel. There's a different energy to it, that I think is going to really make Dirty Dancing iconic here.
Yeah, I think it's just that people recognize it and they want to kind of relive or get a little nostalgic. That really is a draw to these shows. So we're excited for them.
And speaking of shows that have come through multiple times, Six the Musical is coming back. That was your recent announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is a powerhouse. This one does not stop. Like, it keeps coming in. It keeps bringing in people. It kind of has like a mass appeal like Hamilton. What is it about Six the Musical that you think that really speaks to Detroiters?
Yeah, Detroit loves this show. I mean, we had it for 3 weeks the first time it came, and then when it came back for the first return a week, it was almost sold out, and we anticipate it's going to do the same thing. I mean, I have people come up to me and say, "This is my 8th time coming to Six." And I don't blame them because this is one of my favorite shows as well.
Yes.
It's so fun. It's the songs are so clever. And if you like concerts and live events, like this is definitely the show to go to because it feels like you're at a concert.
Absolutely. And it blends that so beautifully of like, it's theater,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a concert. And it's not super long of a show either.
No, not at all. And actually, my birthday is the week that it's here. And I told all of my friends, I go, we're all going out and seeing Six. They fight me on whenever I make them go to shows, but I was like, no, we're all going to see Six, and it's going to be such a fun time. And I think that's the biggest draw of it. Like, bring your girls, bring your friends, and just come see it and experience it because it'll just be a really fun time.
It is truly a spectacle of a night. And I will say this, just to warn anybody who's looking for tickets as well. When they drop, get them early because Six does sell very quickly, kind of like Hamilton, because like you said, everybody's showing out. Like this is just, I think Six has spoken across all boundaries of people to really just be a show kind of about empowerment, but also just to kind of have fun and let loose a little bit and have that feel of like, this is what fun is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Come out and get your tickets. And it's a good point because please get your tickets at us.atgtickets.com/Detroit. I remember when we had Six last time, we dealt with a lot of scam tickets.
Yes.
It was a news story. Someone actually, like, their account got hacked and someone stole their tickets that they had bought for their daughter. So we stressed it so much to please shop directly from a source rather than most third-party websites because we want everyone to experience it and have a good time.
And that tells you how powerful the show is. People are scamming each other to get there because they want those tickets. They are hot commodities.
And that truly, show Hamilton, we see it all.
Mamma Mia is another one too, right? Where it's just, it sells out.
Yeah.
And it's only here for a short time. You only have it November 3rd through the 8th. So you have that's 6 days to get your tickets and really make sure you see this.
Yeah.
But before we move on to the last show, I do have to know, who is your queen?
Oh, I love Anne Boleyn. She's just so sassy and I think she's just so fun. I love her.
I've seen six times. This will be my 7th time this time.
Nice.
And I might be going multiple times. And every time I walk away with a new favorite queen. And I think that's what's cool about it too. It's like no matter when you go in your life, you can connect to them at different times depending on what you're kind of feeling and stuff. And they're all fully formed people as well. I think that sometimes when you have shows that are very quick or they are a little more concert, you don't always get fully formed individuals, but they are real humans in a way up on stage giving their all. And so it is truly magical.
Yeah, and you get just the right amount of each one to understand who they are and their story. And it's so fun. I'm excited.
And then, of course, the last bonus show that's been announced, I should say, is Water for Elephants, which is coming in March. This one, I saw it in New York as well. This is an interesting show because I think we don't often get the circus in the theater. I'll just say that I don't even have to ask a question. I think this is going to appeal to a lot of people because we don't always have a lot of theater, a lot of circuses the way that this is portrayed, like the big flashy. I mean, they bring, spoiler to anybody, there might be an elephant in this show. And it's truly one of those things that's truly awesome to see. Do you see that the circus aspect of this or the spectacle of this? I guess, what are your kind of thoughts on this show?
Yeah, I mean, the circus aspect is one of the most jaw-dropping appeals of the show because they climb on each other, they throw each other, they the acrobatic and athleticism of these actors that are selected for the show are unlike I've seen in any other Broadway show. They do a really great job of authenticating it and making you feel like you are in an actual circus. And there's just so many other elements of the show, like the puppetry, the love story. So it kind of all combines all those elements while including that fun and circus theme into the show.
When I saw this in New York, I have to say that when we were walking out, a lot of people mentioned that in New York specifically, you don't see circuses at all. And so they were going to the show for that because it's there's animals and there's people in makeup as animals. There's puppets as animals. There's this blend of everything. The acrobats are how they pull off the acrobats every single night to so much fanfare it's just so incredible to watch it kind of come to life that way.
Yeah, and I'm very curious on how they're going to translate that to the stage because, like, if you've been to the Fisher, like, I feel like someone's going to go through the roof or something if they throw them up there. So I'm super excited for it. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
So this is already an incredible season. I mean, there's so many shows. What, 6, and then there's 4, there's 10 already announced, and plus you have so many other things going on at the Fisher Theater. But does ATG have more surprises up their sleeves?
We always have more surprises up our sleeves. I mean, as you see, we're confirming shows all the time, whether it's a new comedy show, whether it's we've been doing like a lot of like screening orchestras, we just announced like Legend of Korra, Sonic, or movie screenings like Rocky or Rocky Horror Picture Show. So we always have something coming in that kind of will appeal to all audience rather than just the theater audiences that we usually see.
I will say that last year we got to do we got to go to the Witcher show. We got to go to Rocky Horror, and there was so much. It's so different to see the space used differently. Like you're kind of harkening back to some of the original movie theater vibes of the Fisher Theater, but also getting to see the music of The Witcher come alive. Like I'm so excited for Legend of Korra. My nephew won't stop talking about it. So like there is so many different things that you can do with your family, or things like Blippi, you know, that like you could take your really young kids there and have a day out at the Fisher Theater and just have fun as a family. That you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean the building and the theater are so beautiful, so we're kind of glad that we can fill up more days with more events while we have it.
And so for those looking to purchase individual or season tickets or find out more information, where should they go?
So you can head over to us.atgtickets.com/Detroit. Our former link, Broadway in Detroit, still does work and will redirect you to that page as well. But yeah, make sure to check it out. We have season tickets on sale right now. So as you mentioned, we have the 6 show packages, and you can add on any of the Broadway shows as well to make it 7, 8, 9, 10 show package. So yeah, you can find all of our tickets and information there, and ATG Detroit for our Instagram, and Broadway in Detroit for our Facebook at the moment because Meta does not like me and will not change the name, but we'll figure it out one day.
It's such a hassle. But you're saying that so if people get the season package, they can add on the 4 other shows if they want to come out and see them.
Yep. All the shows that we mentioned right now are available to our subscribers to purchase, even Water for Elephants and Oh Mary, which are not available to the public yet. But yep, our season ticket holders get first access to that.
So it's beneficial to be a season subscriber here at ATG Detroit.
Beneficial. You get all those benefits. Those are your seeds. So you can, if there's a seed you love, that will be your seed for the season. And you always get first access to any of our shows coming up.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Amber, talking about the season. We are so excited for the 2026-2027 season to arrive. I'm literally been buzzing about it for days, and we're only in July right now. But thank you for being here to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to another fantastic season.
So as Amber said, for more information about the credible shows arriving, check out ATG Detroit's website, and we'll see you at the Fisher Theater.